Alright, I'm in the garage today and I'm going to do a little update. Going to be doing some work on the ARB bumper. Show what all I've got for this thing. So I did the video before showing that I had a worn winch and the ARB bumper, how it showed up when I unwrapped it. So what I ended up doing was sending the worn winch back, and I decided to go with the Smittybilt X2O 10,000 pound winch. And I also picked up a ARB recovery point that we're going to be installing. Came with a synthetic line, and I got the this is an ARB Hawes Fairlead extension. So this is going to make it fit out a little further where it needs to be, so that if I have to winch from extreme angles, it won't drag the rope across the front of the bumper here, because this thing is made for a roller fairlead to fit for steel cable. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. Do a little video of some of the prep work that has to be done for this, because I'm not going to be cutting the front of the 4Runner apart until later in the week. It looks fairly straightforward. I think I need to get the winch mounted, and there's trim pieces and the fog lights and a lot of little things here and there that need to be done. I did get Extreme LED Pro. There's the 2700K fog lights. This is what I'm running in the 4Runner right now. I had really good luck with these. They're very bright, good amber color. They have these kind of flower petal looking heat sinks. Pretty easy installation. Pop them in the 4Runner. They do have a driver that needs to be mounted. It goes along with them. So these are the which ones are these? What does it say here? The 9006 lights. That's what the ARB fog lights take. These come with incandescent bulbs. So these are the housings and the bulbs they come with. I wanted something amber and a little bit brighter, so I decided to go with what I've already been using in the 4Runner. I like that setup. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing today. We'll get some video of this. I haven't seen any other installation videos for this bumper on a 4Runner, so I don't know how good of a video this will be, but I'll try it and see. I haven't done any real installation videos on anything before, so we'll see how this goes. Anyway, hopefully this is helpful if anybody's looking to buy one. So, all right, ran into a little bit of a problem right off the bat. So I'm not going to be able to mount this solenoid today. Here's what I have to deal with. So on the ARB bumper, you have this bracket right here is for mounting solenoids, like on a Warren or something like that. Well, the way the Smittybilt is built, this is the Smittybilt solenoid here, you have 4 mounting holes. They're not compatible with the Warren bracket here, obviously, because this has to go like this on the bumper. So this is supposed to mount here, give you a place to mount the solenoid. Well, it takes an extra bracket that mounts to the bottom of the Smittybilt solenoid. So I won't be mounting that today, and now I've got to rush, and I'm hoping I can find one in stock somewhere in this area. And if I can't, I might have to try to build something. But what I can do is I can clock the motor and the gearbox on the winch. So because this winch has to mount in this orientation on the bumper, you're supposed to remove these screws and rotate the gearbox assembly to put the clutch in the upward position. And you also are supposed to rotate the motor and around so that the electrical connections are in an upward position, because now they're on the bottom. there we go. I have rotated it. Alright, well that looks like that's how it's going to fit. And clearance shouldn't be an issue. So, clock the motor. Now I'm supposed to clock the motor so the leads are pointing up. Alright, maybe I've got this thing figured out. Let's see. There we go. Let's see what happens now. Aha! Alright, now I think I can get this thing back together. So. How about that? Alright, there we go. Winch is mounted. Put the fair lead on. I've got almost got ready to put the fair lead bracket on. So here's what I've run into so far. Getting to these top winch bolts is a little bit of a pain because the way this thing fits, you can't get a ratchet on this side. So I had to do it with a ratcheting box end wrench. The supplied bolts that came with the winch, these here, are not long enough to reach through the blocks with the provided washers and engage with the nuts in the base of the winch. And the bolts that came with the kit are for a roller fair lead. So I had to stack the washers that came with the winch along with the washers that came with some bigger bolts in this kit, because the bolts are just a little bit too long and they want to engage with the bottom of the winch frame as they were tightening up. So everything clears now. It looks about right, I think. So should be able to put this bracket on. All right, I think it's time to take a break for pizza. I've got the fair lead mounted and got the winch mounted. I think that I'm going to take a little break now and get some dinner and then come back out here later and try to figure out some more of this stuff. So still got boxes, well, a box with lots of parts, but I think this is mainly skid plate stuff and all this stuff back here, fog light stuff and wiring stuff, trim, stuff like that. Alright, later. Alright, I've been working on the bumper for a while now. Took a break for some pizza and wings. Here's where I'm at. So it comes with this trim piece and that goes in here. It gives you access doors to be able to get to your clutch and your clutch or your wiring connections, I guess, on this. So you install these plastic plugs. To install this piece, you have to trim the ends with a saw. So I already got that taken care of. Oh, now there's just trim pieces to install. Let's see, which side is this? Going up. This thing came with LED turn signals and parts, zip ties, and a wiring harness that can be spliced in with these special connectors. Alright. Now what I was looking for. Alright. Let's get back here. Alright, so messed around all evening and got the bumper mostly buttoned up. So here's what we got. Got the fair lead on it. Popped the turn signals in, and these are the buckets for the fog lights. Those are going to have to be left open to get to some of the bolts for attaching the bumper to the frame. And the winch is mounted. That all came out good, hopefully. We'll see if it works after I had to clock the motor. Hopefully everything works right. I don't have the mounting bracket for the solenoid yet, but I'm looking at some options. Considering what to do, I might make something custom. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, this is what I got so far. This was, I don't know, I took my time, tried to make sure I was doing everything right. It took a few hours just playing around with it. Crawling around on the floor, getting everything bolted up. So this is where we're at for now, and I'm going to start trimming the front of the 4Runner this week and getting it ready to accept the bumper, and then hopefully by the next weekend we'll be putting the bumper on and finishing this thing up.